Yo, what's up guys? It's Felix from Giant Lifestyle. So today is March 31st. It's the first day that I have my air conditioner on in my car because frankly, it's pretty hot out. But what I want to talk about in this video was at what point should you consider a business deal dead, and how often should you follow up? So I just wanted to tie this to a little story about what's going on with the current deal and a project that I'm working with right now. It's a real estate project that we're looking to buy a single family house in a decent neighborhood. We first found out about the property like first week of February, last week of January, and to be honest, it's a slam dunk deal. Anyway, all is looking on the up and up, but there's been a lot of hurdles that we've had to go through. And just yesterday, my attorney called me telling me that they've had problems with the seller's attorney and the seller's client, and they were kind of making a big ruckus out of a very small situation. Now, keep in mind, there's a lot of money on the line when, not only the money that we've already invested into the project by getting, certificates to complete the sale, like a CO, a fire inspection, paying for a roof estimate to get done before closing, because keep in mind, this is a fix and flip project, and I'm going to be driving, so I'm not looking at the camera. This is a fix and flip project, and we're not putting up all our own money. We are putting some cash, some skin in the game from my hard money lender, but I got a good hard money lender that will cover majority of the purchase price and almost all of the rehab. So basically, my attorney called me yesterday and said, hey, the deal is done. I spoke to the seller's attorney. The deal's not going forward. Just scrap this. We could push it forward, but we'd have to break some sort of integrity and we'd have to do some shady shit. So that's the number one thing that I never do. I never break my integrity. I never do people dirty. Now, if it comes to the rules of a town or something where no individuals, no people are getting hurt, then in my opinion, it's okay to bend the rules. If it's a big company or if it's a minor rule that is not illegal by any means, I see nothing wrong with bending the rules a little bit to push it forward. So in the end, I believe the deal will close within a week or two. But what had to happen was when my attorney called me saying, hey, the deal's not going down, I had to think, like, should I chuck this up as a loss? Because sometimes you'll go into deals, whether it's a social media marketing client, whether it's some sort of business you're trying to sell somebody, a service, a product, whatever you're trying to do, you might have the person 90% closed out, and at the last minute they say, hey, you know what, I was interested, it was really good, but I think I'm going to back out. And there's just no way you can really get them on board, no way you can get them signed up, even though you can follow up and do sales in multiple different ways. And I'm going to make another video on how I like to sell, how I like to close consulting deals, which is almost effortless, but sometimes you have to chuck shit up as a loss. But I thought about it. I said, I have time, money invested into this. If it's going to die, let me burn it to the ground. So basically what I mean, let me follow up, let me see if my attorney may be pissed off the seller's attorney, which in the end, I kind of think she came off wrong, telling him he needed to sign this paperwork for his client. And when I spoke to him and kind of just put the bug in his ear, the battery in his back, it came off way differently. And we're going to speak back on Monday, and I believe the deal is going to be wrapped up. So personally, how do you know when a deal is dead? What should you do if a client or potential client is backing out, looks like it's going to flake out? Just follow up until they say no. Burn it to the ground. If they tell you no one time, or if you hear from a third party like, oh, I don't think he's gonna go through with it, don't worry about it, let me speak to him. Let me see what he says. If you got time, money, energy invested into it, and somebody says, oh, I don't think we're gonna do, just follow up until they slam the door on you. So whether it's an affiliate marketing, whatever kind of business, service, real estate, especially in real estate, don't get attached emotionally, because a lot of deals might go halfway, maybe go 30, 50, 70, 80% to the finish line and fall apart. But the one thing you can do is follow up until they tell you, no, we're not doing the deal. And even when they do say that, follow up in 3 months. Hey man, I know, we were probably going to work together a few months ago. You could throw some urgency on it to not look salesy or thirsty. Hey, I just wanted to reach out and see if you wanted to wrap this under contract or see how we can work together. So, I'm going to close this deal within a week or two. But man, if I would have taken my attorney's advice, which keep in mind, she's a great attorney. She's very smart when it comes to real estate law and, just law advice, period. but sometimes you have to finesse situations, and that's another thing that I spoke about in a previous video. You have to finesse situations, and you know, if I would have taken her word for it, I could have just lost this deal, which, like I said, it has a lot of money on the line. Let me at least try. Always just try and push the deal a little farther and see what you can make out of it. So that's all I got for today's video. If you guys enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up from me. It really helps me out, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.